number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise globally and right here in Guyana. Therefore, we encourage everyone to practice social distancing. Wear a mask if you have to leave your homes and wash your hands thoroughly and frequently as we all strive to stop the spread of the virus. Welcome to InfoHub for Monday, June 22. Thanks for joining us. The Civil Defense Commission was commended over the weekend for its timely response to the flood-affected community of Kumako in Region 10. Anara Khan has our first report.
Byron Kendall, District Community Development Officer, Region 10, told InfoHub that this is an issue the community faces annually during the rainy season.
We must say special thanks to you guys to responding so quickly to this immediate emergency.
On Friday, yards and homes were inundated with water after heavy rainfall would have caused the Demerara River to overtop and flooded homes. CDC Director General Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig disclosed that Kumako is one of the flood-prone areas which is constantly monitored. He explained that the Commission was made aware of the situation through its National Emergency Monitoring System.
We allow the community to respond based on their disaster mechanism and also the region. So today you see a combination of both community level, regional level, and national level response.
The CDC donated a number of hampers containing cleaning and sanitation items, which will assist affected residents in cleaning their homes and surroundings. The Civil Defense Commission continues to monitor the situation along the coast and in the Upper Takatu, Upper Essequibo region, Region 9. Residents in flood-prone communities are urged to take all necessary precautions. To report flooding, contact the CDC's 24 hours National Emergency Monitoring System. For InfoHub, Anara Khan.
There are 38 active cases in the courts for persons who have breached the 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew in Region 5. At present, that region is reportedly free of COVID-19. More from Isaiah Braffett.
Regional Commander Woman Superintendent Janet Stevens said that police in the region are strictly enforcing the curfew and other measures to ensure that the region remains coronavirus-free. To date, the country has a total of 184 confirmed cases with 12 deaths.
We have 38 matters pending before the court. We had 4 persons that were sentenced to community service for 1 month. Failing to do that, they will be sent to prison for 1 week. So we don't have any non-compliance right now.
Stevens said that while there has been a lot of compliance by people in the region, police in the region continues to enforce the curfew daily. Last Wednesday, the COVID-19 task force announced that the country will embark on a phased reopening comprising 6 stages. The first stage runs from June 18 to July 2. During this period, all food establishments, including street vendors, will be permitted to operate a takeout and delivery service from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. 90 minutes of exercise is allowed for citizens Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. in open public spaces. Public transport will be permitted to continue to operate at 50% passenger capacity. Added to this, some key measures will be upheld, including the prohibition of gathering of more than 5 persons, and bars are also to remain closed. The curfew remains in effect from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Region 8 is the only other region that remains COVID-19 free. Isaiah Braffett for InfoHub.
On Friday last, 322 Guyanese returned after being stranded in Barbados and Trinidad due to the global pandemic. Shakil Bourne was at the CGIA and spoke with some of those returning Guyanese. Let's take a look.
322 Guyanese have returned to the Chelijagan International Airport aboard 2 flights from Barbados and Trinidad. On the first flight that landed shortly after midday, InfoHub caught up with a number of passengers. Peter Hopkinson, who resides in Trinidad, is back home under difficult circumstances. His 90-year-old father passed away.
My mom is suffering. She's known him for 80 years, and she's suffering. So I come back to be with her, really, to make sure, she's okay.
In light of COVID-19, Peter said he will do what is needed to protect himself.
We're here at the just from the efforts of the Guyanese government. So it's a service put on by them. So we have to make sure and we follow their guidelines. It's very important.
Another citizen, Levi Holmes, returned from Barbados, where he had initially traveled for 2 weeks to showcase indigenous craft in that country.
To be back home is actually 4 months I'm there, so I'll be back home after 4 months. I'm overjoyed.
While crediting the support his Bajan friends provided during the lockdown of Guyana's airports, Levi listed a few steps that he will take to stay safe amid the coronavirus pandemic.
I will try to my best to stay much at home and to be out of the heavy traffic.
One of the many law students who is now back on GT soil told InfoHub some of the reasons she has opted to return home.
Aside from being with my family, I think that I would feel more comfortable preparing for exams at home in an environment where I'm comfortable and I have full support.
One of the cruise ship workers who returned on the second flight delved into his tragic experience.
It's over 3 months, stranded at sea, and it was sometimes depressing, but challenging, but you gotta thank God for every experience and, so that whenever something like this comes around again, we know how to handle it better, So just want to say thumbs up to our government, for allowing us to come home, we really appreciate it very much.
All of the returning citizens are subjected to the guidelines set out by the National COVID-19 Task Force. Among those guidelines is a 7-day home quarantine. Reporting from the Chedijagan International Airport with videographer Keon Blades, Shaquille Bourne for InfoHub.
More news after this short break. Stay with us.
The COVID-19 pandemic has had a devastating effect on communities all across Guyana. Many households and individuals now find themselves in need of public assistance. The government of Guyana will be assisting the most vulnerable. Those eligible to apply for this assistance are as follows. Individuals and/or households who are currently benefiting from public assistance provided by the Ministry of Social Protection. Individuals and/or households who applied for public assistance and are awaiting a response from the Ministry of Social Protection. Individuals and/or households who suffered a loss of income due to COVID-19, and households headed by senior citizens or persons with disabilities. Application forms can be downloaded from the Ministry of Social Protection's website at www.mosp.gov.gy or government.gy/eform/241. For further information, please call these numbers. We are in this together. This is a message from the Government of Guyana. We are here to serve you.
Welcome back. The Child Care and Protection Agency continues to ensure that the protection of the nation's children continues during the pandemic. The agency reports that between January to June, it has placed 76 children into institutional care and 21 into foster homes. Here are the details.
The foster care department has seen an increase in the number of children placed into the program. As of last December 2019, there was a total of 175 children in the foster care program.
That was Senior Probation and Social Officer and Supervisor for the Foster Care Department at the Child Care and Protection Agency, Monique Musa. She disclosed that presently there are 198 children in the foster care program in comparison to the corresponding period last year.
We are very aware of the fact that we may be putting our foster parents at risk also of COVID-19. So what we do is we ensure that all children who are coming directly from their home environment are quarantined at our care facility for the stipulated period. Of course, before placement, once again, it is verified with the foster family as it relates to if anybody would have developed any signs or symptoms of COVID-19 during that 2-week period.
The foster care department continues to monitor children after placement through frequent WhatsApp video calls.
The foster care department continues to monitor children after placement. This is done via weekly calls to all children in the foster care department. We also utilize our WhatsApp video calls, and we do home visits in cases of emergencies. Currently, we are working on rotation, so there is someone in the office every day.
Over at the adoption unit, adoption manager Casey Najardine said due to the pandemic, measures were put in place to ensure the adoption process continues.
During this period of the worldwide pandemic, we are able to address adoption matters via telephone and emails. Persons can still visit the agency, being mindful of the necessary safety practices. However, they may need to call in for us to meet the needs of everyone without hindrances.
Jardine also highlighted that the adoption board is on hold until further notice and that matters engaging the High Court are sent to the court through the court registry email and responses from the court are received in the same manner. She also urged that persons with adoption matters at the court to keep contact with their attorneys or contact the adoption department on 225-7450 or 225-1257 or email at ccpa.adopt@yahoo.com. For InfoHub, Ayana George.
The Government Technical Institute will be offering a 6-week virtual preparatory course as well as a qualifying examination for persons interested in applying to the institution for a diploma or certificate program. Neola Damon has her final report.
In a press release issued, the institution explained that the virtual course caters to persons who have only gained grades 4 or 5 in mathematics, English language, physics, or chemistry. The release also stated that the program is only available to those persons who have applied, processed their application, and do not have the required grades at CXE for admittance. It also noted that this option is not a standalone course. Deputy Chief Education Officer attached to the Ministry of Education, Patrick Chinedu, told InfoHub that this approach is part of the Technical and Vocational Education and Training (TVET's) aim to allow students to continue learning despite COVID-19. Classes begin July 6, 2020. For further information on the selected program, persons can email the institution at gti_Guyana@yahoo.com or georgetown.ti@moe.gov.gy. They can also call telephone number 227-1197. Additionally, the institution's welfare department is currently offering its students mentoring or counseling, resume and interview preparation programs, and health talks online. Neola Damon, InfoHub.
Remember to do your part to ensure that you do not put yourself at risk during this time. If you have a cough, fever, or difficulty breathing, please seek medical care early, but call those hotline numbers first. That's all for today. Connect with us on our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, as we bring you the latest and important news related to COVID-19 and much more. You can also subscribe to our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your Brit Report is up next. Goodbye for now.